2 in one night?
Yeah. What's a one? Go ahead.
What's up? You want to run it 2 in one night?
Right in front.
You want to
Good.
run it 2 in one night?
Absolutely.
So let's make it happen.
Let's do it.
Let's make it happen.
No way I would want to do that.
Yo, paramedic.
Yeah.
Before we go,
Floyd Mayweather just absolutely obliterated Jake Paul after the kid got himself knocked out in a sparring session. As we know, Floyd has always been on Jake's case, either roasting him or warning him not to bite off more than he can chew. I mean, Jake's been in boxing for what, 4 years? And he's challenging a legend who's been in the game for 40 years? There's a huge hell of a difference. And Floyd made that crystal clear with a few punches. And let me tell you, it wasn't planned at all. It was just a random sparring session that happened because Jake couldn't keep his big mouth shut. And I guess we all know by now that Jake has pretty much done it to himself, making his reputation in boxing so bad that people see him as a cheater, trash talker, and overall just a lousy boxer. Right from the start, Floyd Mayweather told Jake Paul that stepping into the ring with Mike Tyson was a brain-dead idea. Floyd, a living legend, knows the brutal reality of boxing better than anyone else out there. With an undefeated record of 50-0, Floyd's experience is off the charts. The guy isn't just a boxer, he's a strategist, a tactician, someone who's faced the best of the best and still came out on top every single time. Floyd's career spans decades, during which he completely dominated the sport and turned himself into a global icon. His shift from being a fighter to a promoter with Mayweather Promotions shows just how deeply he understands the business side of boxing, too. Floyd's launched a ton of boxers, guiding their careers with the same precision that he had in the ring. He knows exactly what it takes to make it in this brutal sport, and he saw right through Jake Paul's bravado. And you know what? After all this drama, Floyd had to go and knock out Jake Paul in a sparring session. Ryan Garcia even predicted it, saying,
But man, I gotta say, Floyd's getting up there in age, but maybe he'll probably still beat up.
So, stick around till the end, because trust me, you don't want to miss how hard Floyd hit him. Jake, with his YouTube fame and a few wins over guys who aren't even professional fighters, thought he could take on anyone, including the legendary Mike Tyson. But Floyd, he wasn't buying it. He kept warning Jake, genuinely worried for the guy's well-being. In interview after interview, Floyd didn't hold back. He straight up said Jake was biting off more than he could chew, and that fighting Tyson would be a nightmare physically and mentally.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's TMG.
Yeah, you can curse. You can curse. You can curse.
I apologize, but
No apologize about it.
there's no way he'd get demolished.
Even with his public persona of confidence and bravado, Jake couldn't just ignore warnings from someone like Floyd. Mayweather's insights came not just from his personal experience, but also from his extensive work training and promoting fighters. Floyd's seen fighters come and go, and he knows the difference between real talent and just plain hype. His advice to Jake was rooted in a genuine desire to see the guy succeed without getting seriously hurt. Mayweather Promotions, under Floyd's leadership, has been huge in developing new talent. Floyd's super proud of his role as a mentor, offering young fighters the chance to learn from his vast experience. He knows how dangerous the ring can be and has always prioritized the safety and career longevity of his fighters. His warnings to Jake were a testament to how much he cares about the sport and its athletes. Coming from someone who spent his whole life in the sport, Floyd's words carried a lot of weight. He knew that Jake's overconfidence could lead to some serious consequences, and he didn't want to see another young fighter fall victim to the harsh realities of boxing. Floyd's concern wasn't just for Jake's immediate safety, but also for his future in the sport. He wanted Jake to succeed, but he knew that wouldn't happen if Jake kept underestimating the challenges ahead.
As long as he continued to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's gonna continue to look good and shine. But once he fights a real fighter that can really fight, it's not gonna be that good.
But in typical Jake fashion, he brushed off these warnings, seeing them as just another challenge to overcome. This attitude only made Floyd more frustrated, turning his genuine concern into outright contempt. The switch from mentor to critic happened fast as Floyd realized that Jake wasn't just ignoring his advice, but also disrespecting the sport. And then Floyd showed exactly why he's known as the most aggressive and brutally verbal boxer around. Believe me, Jake was done after the first jab. On a scorching afternoon on July 15, 2023 in Miami, An unexpected showdown between Floyd Mayweather and Jake Paul turned into a public spectacle. The streets were buzzing when Floyd spotted Jake and jumped at the chance to address his recent loss to Tommy Fury. This wasn't the first time Floyd had roasted Jake, but man, this was definitely the most brutal. So, let's rewind a bit. Jake Paul's fight with Tommy Fury on February 26, 2023, in Diriyah, Saudi Arabia, was supposed to be his biggest challenge yet, and Jake lost by split decision after 8 exhausting rounds. Fury, who actually knows what he's doing in the ring, proved to be way tougher than Jake expected. Despite Jake's bravado, his lack of real boxing experience was painfully obvious. Fury's superior technique and stamina wore him down, leading to Jake's first professional defeat. Back to Miami. As Floyd approached Jake that day, you could feel the tension in the air. Floyd, never one to hold back, started roasting Jake about his loss to Fury.
What happened? You're not tough anymore since your loss? What happened since your loss?
Floyd taunted, his voice dripping with disdain. Jake, visibly squirming, tried to shrug it off, but Floyd wasn't having it.
Yo, we gonna bust him up, guys?
I told you before, put that
Yo, let's bust him up.
Floyd shouted to the crowd that had gathered.
Where you running, Jake? Where you going since your fight? Since you lost? What's up, Jake? Where you going, Jake? Oh, he's running! He's running! Look at him! Jake Paul running, champ. Why is he running?
The crowd ate it up, laughing and jeering, making Jake's humiliation even worse. This wasn't just about the loss to Fury. This was a full-on attack on Jake's credibility as a boxer. Floyd's words hit hard, echoing what a lot of people already thought about Jake's place in the sport. But Floyd didn't stop there. Oh no, he kept going. He said Jake can't fight any real fighter. This was a harsh reminder of all the criticisms that had followed Jake's career. Critics always said Jake's wins were against opponents with little to no boxing experience. His victories over guys like Aneeson Gibb, Nate Robinson, and Ben Askren were often brushed off as gimmicks. The Miami confrontation was just a public display of what Floyd had been saying privately for months. In interviews and on social media, Floyd kept pointing out that Jake's fight record was padded with wins against non-boxers. On March 10, 2023, during an interview with ESPN, Floyd didn't hold back. Jake Paul is a joke in the boxing world. He hasn't faced a real challenge yet, he said bluntly. But the real bombshell came when Floyd accused Jake of using steroids. On July 20, 2023, Floyd told Sports Illustrated he had evidence that Jake was on steroids. Jake's been using steroids to enhance his performance. That's the only way he's been able to keep up, Floyd claimed, sounding both accusatory and triumphant. This accusation rocked the boxing community. Steroid use is a big deal, seriously undermining the integrity of the sport. Floyd said he had receipts and records from sources close to Jake's camp. By July 22, 2023, these documents leaked to the media, causing an uproar. Jake's response was predictable. At a press conference on July 24, 2023, he denied everything, but the damage was already done. Floyd's relentless roasting and the steroid allegations left a huge dent in Jake's reputation. Floyd, with his unyielding pursuit of what he saw as the truth, exposed what he believed to be the cracks in Jake's carefully crafted image. And when not a single sensible big-name professional boxer backs you up, you have to do something, right? Joe Rogan, on his podcast The Joe Rogan Experience on June 2, 2024, called out Jake's overconfidence, saying,
"There's not a fucking chance in hell that Jake Paul would survive."
Rogan's words echoed what many in the boxing community felt. Jake's rise was more about publicity than genuine boxing prowess. And he also said,
"He's in savage mode right now. He's in savage mode. If I was Jake Paul right now, I would be shitting my pants."
Oh, bro.
The criticisms seemed to hit Jake, but the final nail came when Mike Tyson fell ill. On July 10, 2024, Tyson experienced a severe ulcer flare-up during a flight from Miami to Los Angeles. About 30 minutes before landing, Tyson started feeling nauseous and dizzy. Things got serious quickly, and a flight attendant had to ask over the intercom if there was a doctor on board. They were even prepping for an emergency landing. Witnesses on the flight described Tyson as pale and in visible pain. When they landed, medical personnel rushed to help him, confirming it was an ulcer flare-up. Tyson's team released a statement on July 11, 2024, saying, "Mike experienced a severe ulcer flare-up but is now stable and recovering. We appreciate the concern and support from fans worldwide. Perry expressed his excitement about the fight, saying,
I feel like I got the better of him.
Do you think?
Perry's enthusiasm was in stark contrast to the skepticism from the boxing community. Lennox Lewis, who had been critical of Jake from the start, weighed in on this new development in an interview with The Guardian on July 14, 2024. Jake's decision to fight Perry instead of Tyson just confirms what we've been saying. He's not interested in real boxing. He's picking opponents he thinks he can beat to maintain his image. This is not what boxing is about. Jake's team defended the choice, with his coach BJ Flores saying in a press conference on July 15, 2023, Jake is taking on all comers. Mike Perry is a tough fighter, and this will be an exciting match. We're not ducking anyone. We're making sure Jake's career continues to move forward. Despite the justifications, the decision to cancel the fight with Tyson and replace him with Perry left a bad taste for many in the boxing world. It underscored the ongoing narrative that Jake Paul was more about spectacle than substance. The skepticism surrounding Jake's boxing career only grew stronger, with each move being scrutinized even more closely. What will happen, time will tell. But if you want to get all the hot gossip first, subscribe to this channel and like this video.